If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
With us today is Lynn Shaw, and she runs an organization called Lynn's Warriors. And she worries about our kids and grandkids to come, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, Lynn, what's on your mind today?
John, we have to talk about it as New Yorkers, but it applies to everybody around the entire country, so listen up and listen good. Zoran, that's what I'm calling him, Zoran, running for mayor. Let me tell you about what he wants to do. And, John, I don't hear anybody really talking about this at all. Not really in the media, which is why I'm so happy I'm here on WABC with you this Sunday morning. I don't hear the different women's groups around town or country talking about this. He wants to decriminalize the sex trade. Now, John, I want to explain this to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Might sound good. People say, that's okay. Prostitution, if somebody pays somebody, that's all right. Consenting adults, whatever, it's none of our business. We are not talking about that. We have just come through the Diddy trial, the Jeffrey Epstein story. Let me tell you what the decriminalization of the sex trade means. Prostitution is not the oldest profession. It is the oldest oppression. We have studies that tell us 91 to 97% of the people in the sex trade are forced into it, and that is the definition of human trafficking: force, fraud, coercion. This guy, who clearly laid this out over the last several years, but mysteriously right now, John, is not talking about it at all, and nobody's asking him about it, wants to make pimping legal, trafficking legal. You will have a brothel next door, including Fifth Avenue, Park Avenue, and sex buying will be legal. But here's the kicker that nobody wants to discuss. The demand in sex trafficking is for children. Yes, it's ugly and it's a dirty, horrible thing. We have to talk about it, and nobody wants to talk about it, which means this will be supply and demand. More children will be trafficked. And there's already been talk for 5 years now, John, behind the scenes. Let's make New York City the sex trafficking tourism capital of the United States. And we know from our studies, we don't have time to go into it, New Zealand, Germany, all these places where they did legalize the sex trade. You know what happened? More force, fraud, coercion, more trafficked people, more supply and demand, more horror stories. It didn't do anything with their argument that say, well, let's give these people rights in the sex trade. Let's give them health insurance. They're afraid of the police. They won't be afraid of the police anymore. Wrong. We will see children behind glass windows in Times Square, mark my words, in 2 years if this man is elected mayor. Because, again, nobody's talking about it. These are his intentions today.
Wow. And the other thing I get is assisted suicide for young kids without their parents, without notifying their parents. I mean, have you heard about that yet?
Absolutely. It's been sweeping the country very quietly. We have it in places like California, and also in the state of Colorado. And here's what that is. Remember, this is part of this overall project of our children, attacking our children. There is a war on for our children on every front in America. So what they do is the kids are online all day long. Oh, we need a whole program about this, John. And they're being encouraged by these dangerous algorithms, eating disorders, all kinds of things. And you know what they're doing? All kinds of groups are online harming children. And what happens, for instance, we have a story in Colorado about a young teen, and she started anorexia, starving herself to death. And what they do then is they step in, somebody in the school will step in, and they take away the parental rights. So that this is a chipping away of parental rights all around, and then that child taken away, the parents are fighting for the child to live, and you know what's suggested? This is this is lethal, so you might as well kill yourself. They are actually telling our children this, John, you can kill yourself instead of getting better. Now, this sounds like a crazy world. This sounds some dystopian place. I can't believe this is all going on, and we're not talking more about it. And that's why I'm happy we're bringing it up today, because that is happening in many states. And have you heard anybody, John, talking about it? I haven't, but again,
by the way,
taking away parental autonomy.
There's a bill in front of Governor Hochul in Albany, and I have not heard what has happened yet. And I have talked to the governor, and I objected to it. Have you heard anything about what's going on in New York State?
No, I haven't heard anything about it because Governor Hochul won't address these things with the Warriors and various other groups where we're trying to get some information about what is going on. Now, to her credit, she did make this school year, beginning in September, what's called bell to bell in all of the public schools in the state, which means no cell phones, no devices in the classrooms while the kids are in school. So this is a great thing. It's sweeping the country. So there's hope. That's a great thing. But as far as all these other things, and as far as, assisted suicide for minors, I mean, even saying those words is the craziest thing. We fight to protect our kids. We fight to make them healthy and better. We don't fight to tell them, okay, you're depressed. Okay, you have an eating disorder. Okay, you don't want to go to school. You might as well kill yourself. And that's basically the bottom line of what's happening here, and nobody's really addressing it.
Lynn Shaw, thank you for staying on top of this subject, and please continue to do that because we love our kids, we love our grandkids, and God bless you, God bless America, and let's move on.
Let's go. LynnsWarriors.org. Thank you, John.
If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.